Okay, so for the first post about agricultural ethics, the right that Monsanto is claiming is the right to supply and produce a soybean seed with the genetic modification that protects against Roundup. And they are fighting for the right to do this with a patent so that they are just kind of in control of that production. And the right that Bauman is claiming is the right to produce the soybean crop in the later season, using kind of another means to get Monsanto's soybean. So he's basically claiming the right, like Alessio said, to go against the patent that Monsanto wants, which is they want farmers to continually reproduce the seed repurchase the seed instead of reproducing the seed directly. And so Bauman is claiming against that right and wants to basically be able to reproduce the seed later. And the likely effects that this will have on farming in the short term, as I see it, is that it may help the farmers get to produce a seed with this genetic modification so that they can also use Roundup, and so then they can have a more plentiful harvest. But the long term, I agree with Alessio, as he was saying, that it'll kind of wipe out essentially farmers and farming, because going to the third question, it doesn't support good farming. It's more, Monsanto isn't a farming industry in itself. They're creating this genetic modification, and so it's more of a power jab and more of just a struggle to remain in control of this product. So I don't think it is supporting good farming, and I think it will have negative effects on farming and farmers long term. A just resolution, it is hard. It is easy to be split because, like Alessio said and brought to my attention, it's kind of like a universal ethical case of if everybody just purchased things by a certain manufacturer and then reproduce them on their own. But in this case, I feel like it's a lot different because it's a soybean crop that is so widespread, and even if they were producing this soybean crop, like people like Bauman, farmers like Bauman who were producing this crop and wanted to just reproduce the seed that they were using with Monsanto, I think that there's no problem there and that there shouldn't be a problem there. So I think a just resolution would be the ability for farmers to continue to reproduce that crop instead of having to repurchase it all the time. I think that's probably the best resolution because it does get tricky with legalities and rights of Monsanto to, make it so that farmers have to purchase it. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that would be the most just resolution. So